Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5, going to be doing some racing. You see, a little while ago I was watching the Goodwood members meeting. There was some awesome racing going on there, and it's great fun seeing some weird and wonderful rivalries. One of my favourite personal ones is when you have the great big muscle cars racing against the little European touring cars. I mean, this was a thing. Mustangs often raced against Minis, and this is a fun thing that we can do on Horizon. We can have things like this 65 Mustang going up against the 65 Mini, going up against 65 Mustang. Same year. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to go and do. To start off, we've got some classic Mustang versus Mini action, and then we have some modern ones, because a new Mini has come to the game, and it has a massive wing. We'll get to that in a minute, or a few. These cars have been built to be fairly close, in theory, in terms of performance. The Mini handles better, the Mustang is faster down the straights, although the Ford does drive pretty nicely, actually. The downside the Minis are going to have is, of course, they're front-wheel drive. They're not going to get off the line very well. So even at this that is a much more handling-based circuit, in theory the Mini is going to be very strong here. It's going to struggle initially. I guess maybe it's downhill, it's not too bad. We can hopefully get a half-decent start. In fact, Crane got a poor start behind me. That actually helps us out a little bit. We will get through this first corner quite nicely. If we can get past the speed beast, that would be helpful. I mean, the theory goes, of course, Mustang's got about 300 horsepower, the Mini has 186, but the Mini is considerably light. I mean, the Mustang is actually quite light. It's 2,500 pounds, I think, which is, you know, quite light, not mini lightness. It's safe to say I got stuck out wide there with not that much in the way of places to go. Come on, we can try and dive up the inside here if we can get a good exit, which we can. But then we're going to be stuck on the outside. I do kind of want to go around the outside of a Mustang if I can through here. I should have maybe braved that one out a little bit. There is Mustangs putting pressure on Blakey up at the front, and Pegger's up to 6th behind with a Mini. Do we have a dive at turn 1? I feel like we're going to have a crack somewhere if we're going to get this. The cars are on the same compound tyre, don't worry, and they're all on the vintage race tyres. It's 3 wide for the lead of the race. Not quite. Gliska backed out of it in the end because it wasn't quite going to work there. Chris has got to the lead of the race. Mustangs lead. Blakey's in a little spot of bother out wide. Hopefully we can go chasing them down a little bit around here. Fingers crossed and everything. Pegger's up into 5th place now. The more they fight, that is good news for me. It's good news for me and Impega. The more they fight one another, the quicker we can catch up and join in this party. We're going to have a... Where do we have a look? Turn 1. It's not a bad place to have a dive if we get it right. Blakey's in trouble and out wide. We're all going to get checked up a little bit through there. It's not quite. Unfortunately, a little bit of Mini-friendly fire is letting Chris get away. Gliska ran wide and got into trouble. There is a Mini-sized gap to the inside. In fact, I think the Mini's quicker down the straight than the Mustang is in some places. The Mustang will have much higher top speed, but I'm going to lose out to Impega here. Oh, God. We'll go side by side. I don't really... I mean, again, we don't want to cost the Minis. We're on team. It's rare that I would be on team not muscle car, but in this instance we are. We don't really want to cost the Minis a chance at victory. However, I also want to be the Mini that can go to victory, if at all possible. That's a big dive. That was a little ambitious. The Mini is very good under brakes. It was a very ambitious look there. That's not quite going to come off. Can we try around the outside here? I tried once. Actually, we might not need to. We can get the nose to turn underneath. I can't get the nose. And the problem is that Chris is just running further and further away. At the moment, we are, I think, clear now. We are up into 2nd place, and that will do quite nicely. Now we've got to go and chase down that lead car. Pegger's going to have a look to the inside as well. Gliska's trying to cling on. Chris might have got a big enough lead here, you know. I don't know if we can catch in time. Pegger's stuck out wide and might struggle. Oh, never mind. Take it back. Chris has thrown it all away, and we've almost thrown it all away as well by ending up in the wall. Now it's Gliska's turn to be the last representative of the Mustangs in this. Oh, it's got very busy at the hairpin. It's going to be 3 wide on the exit. I'm going to hug the inside and try and stay out of trouble. Gliska's getting mugged by minis at the moment. I mean, this is the more mini-ified circuit, if you will. Yeah, Gliska has lost any sorts of teammates, if you like. We've gone very wide out of the final corner. That's not good, although we have got a little bit of a gap still back to Impega. Okay, we're going to have to defend as good as possible here for the final lap. I wasn't expecting to end up with the lead here. It wasn't quite how it was supposed to go. So this is a more technical circuit. This is more, always going to be perhaps a little bit more in favour of the minis. Now, where is... Oh, Impega's carried more speed into there than I can. I was going to say we have to defend at the hairpin. Can we get the nose alongside? Will Impega cover? Impega doesn't cover. We will send it, because I've got to try something and hope that we can carry speed on the exit. No, Impega cuts back. I mean, that's a sensible way to do it. Like, I'm always going to have a go. It's the final lap of the race. I've got to try something. I just asked a little too much of the car. We're actually quite quick through here, but unless Impega makes a big mistake into the final corner. Oh, we did. No! I tried to be too sneaky, and it was my turn to mess up the checkpoint. God damn it. We had such a good race that I messed it up trying to be greedy. God damn it. Jam and blast, we ruined our own race on that one. We should have had second. I'm kind of glad I wasn't leading the race. Shouldn't really have thrown everything at trying to get a victory, because that's a dumb thing to do when you end up losing that. Ah dear. Well, there we go. Both me and Chris managed to beans that one up and miss some checkpoints. But there we go. And Peg gets fastest lap. Rusky was close. It was close in that one, but the minis do claim victory. So, I might have managed to beans up the first race entirely, but I did at least have pace up until that point, which is good. Oh, we are going to have... Oh, Mustangs have got a bit of an awkward one. Game, you could have spread the field out a bit better than that. We might struggle to get to turn 1 first. We're off the line. The Mini isn't too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, I guess, because it's so light. Because it weighs so little, while, yes, front-wheel drive isn't the best for the launch, it's still able to get some of the power down and get going. It's got big front tyres, relatively big front tyres. It's not downhill, so we can't use that quite as easily here. Yeah, here potentially comes the Mustang. Well, the power should kick in at some point. Having got through, yeah, there it goes, a little bit. So we might actually, I'm really surprised how well this gets off the line. Well, not quite how I was expecting this one to quite pan out. And of course, if we can stay at the front, if we can keep ourselves out of trouble, that would be wonderful, pretty much. We got a lot of minis buzzing around, some street furniture is going, some Mustangs are sliding. We will get through this next section. I mean, it'll be flat for... I think Mustangs are flat. They might have to warm up the tyres. One thing that we do have with the front-wheel drive cars, perhaps, we get the front tyres warmed up. The back will be more difficult to warm up, but we're not going that fast. It doesn't matter too much. Blakey was brave through there. Here comes the Mustangs. Now they will have... Like down here, they'll be flat, no problem. They should start outstripping us in terms of power. Here comes Chris, although we're going to go too wide with Mini. And there goes the Mustang. It's 3 wide towards turn 1. I'm backing out of that. There's no way that ends well. Someone gets fired off the track, and here comes Amy as well. He's going to look to the outside of the Minis. It's not really got the space to go there. Chris struggles to get it stopped. Blakey runs a little bit wide as well. Chris gets a big wiggle in turns. I've got nowhere to go. Chris is going to get mugged by Minis going either side at this rate. We can't let Blakey get out of touch with us here. Unfortunately, we are a little bit stuck, and now we're around the outside of Chris, and Amy's going to fight away past, and Glister's come to join in the fun now with another one of the Mustangs, although Chris is out of position through there. They've all made a mess. Mustangs have tripped over one another. Alright, quick, run away. Let them have their own little squabble. We can run into here with some speed. Oh, okay, I can actually be quicker through there. That's on me. There is more grip in the car than I am using through there. We've actually, the Minis amazingly have actually got pace up until about 110. That's the point at which we just run out of speed, and then here comes the big Fords. I say big Fords, I mean they're fairly small in the grand scheme of things, but when you're driving a tiny little Mini, they do look quite massive. Gliska can go to the outside as well. I don't think I can stop there. I might be able to dive. No, Gliska's going to cross. Can't dive. I might be able to dive around the outside if they have trouble getting stopped, which they do a little bit, but so do I. We asked a lot of our Mini. We couldn't quite make it work. Where are we going to look through here? I mean, we're going to get stuck in a little bit of a train now. Of course, this section of the track where I am quick, difficult to utilise my speed when I've got a front bumper full of Mustang. Blakey helpfully took out some of the street furniture. Chris is actually struggling through that section. That's the second time we've seen that car have trouble. Oh, and again, maybe it's street furniture related. Now the Mustangs can slow each other down and we can say thank you. Oh, I don't think Gliska realised we were trying to be sneaky as they were busy over their back. We pulled away from Amy and Speed Beast, which is good. We're going to do it to the inside through here, but we're going to run out. And the good news is if we keep fighting one another, I might be able to at least sort of rear gunner help Blakey out and keep the Mustangs busy fighting me. Oh, the speed down the straight. Blakey, look out! You've got incoming Mustangs to come and ruin your day a little bit. We have this long straight, and then we go into the twisty section where the Mini suddenly gets a bit better. So, I mean, it works. It does go. We've got a little bit of a two-group race going on. There's squabbling over fifth has got mad, so they've really slowed each other down. But yeah, I mean, it works. It does what you want from a Mustang versus Mini race. The Mustangs are quick down the straights. The Minis are quick in the corners. We're going to try and be sneaky here. We're going to get Chris. We might even get Gliska with a swap. We're going to lose out on the run to the line here, but yeah, we can still... Oh, Gliska's going to send it. It's a brave move, but a fair move. There was a gap. Gliska found it and has made the most of that opportunity. Blakey, I'm hoping I'm slowing them down for you, buddy. Because I can only do so much. Here comes Chris again with that car. We'll send them the long way around at turn one, but I don't think it matters. I think they'll be passed. Not quite. No, they are passed by the time we get to the first corner. Nothing I can do about it, really. Miles clear of Longbow. That big fight over fifth has dropped them back. Blakey's going to have to try and defend like mad for the remainder of this lap. Now, if I can... Ah, god damn it. If I can slow down Gliska, it gives Blakey a better chance of getting victory, but we've got stuck behind Chris a little bit here. And I don't think there's much I can do. Come on, Mini. I know we're good off this section. We know this is where the Mustangs struggle a little bit. This change of direction. I mean, I've got two cars last lap going through here. We're trying to get alongside Chris, but I can't quite make it work. We're pretty much pushing the Ford all the way through here. We're going to send it up the inside through this section. There's no doubt about it. Going to lead on the Mustang a little bit. I'm hoping we can get enough acceleration and beat Chris to the line. It's all the hope we got. We're going to hang the Mustang out wide. Come on, Mini! Use the little acceleration. It's going to be close, but we're going to do it just. Managed to just slow Chris down enough, tangling through that final section. That was a bloody good race. That was a bloody good race indeed. Blakey took victory. I mean, all four of us at the front were incredibly close. We tangled plenty. Gliska got fastest lap of the race by the looks of it, a couple of tenths quicker there. Once got clear of the traffic. Yeah, me and Blakey fought the fight for the Minis. The Mustangs did claim 4th, 5th and 6th in this one, and Pega could only manage 7th. But there we go. That was a good race. So that was a look at the classic. I mean, this is the Mustang versus Mini rivalry you have seen before, probably plenty of times, but with a classic historic racing. It's good fun. Now, time to see what the modern Mustang versus Mini might be like. So, we head to a bit higher class. Oh, I've got another nice spot on the grid, and it's a very silly Mini. This is the 2021 Cooperworks GP Mini. I'm not a big fan of the modern Mini personally, however, I've always liked the Cooperworks GP ones. I've always thought they're fantastic cars. So it's nice to have this one in the game, and it has a massive wing. The other part of the reason why I did this video watched members meeting, realised there was a Mini with a silly wing, and this seemed like an appropriate thing to go and do with it. Yeah, we're starting on the front row. We've got Ewan for backup. These won't get off the line as well as we saw. I mean, they're much lighter than the modern Mustangs, but actually they get off the line. They're on slick tyres. I'm guessing the weight, because these Minis are very light. I mean, the Mustangs are on slick tyres as well. Of course, again, they're built in such a way to try and keep them as even as possible. But yeah, the Mini is very light. I think it's about 2,500 pounds. The Mustang is not that. It's not that light, but it does have considerably more power. So it'll be the similar kind of a story. You can see Gliska is closing down this back stretch. So we're going to have to be careful at some point. We can kind of hope that Ewan is going to do the rear gunner duties for this one. Here comes the Mustang. It is going to potentially clear, yet it has cleared Ewan. Now, you don't want to be stuck behind a Mustang coming up towards this final section. The Mini is very quick through here. It dances through there. You can see the gap we can pull on the Ford, but we have to do that. Like, I say we don't have a choice. We've got to carry that sort of speed through the corners if we're going to be able to take victory. I mean, the Ford's not bad to drive. Ewan's all over the back of Gliska looking for a way past. And this is good news for me in terms of winning the race. If Ewan can fight with Gliska, can slow down Gliska's advance, it gives me a chance to try and build a little bit of a margin. Both of them ran wide and hit the wall. There's a big scrap going on in the mid-pack, which is, you know, what you want. Sadly, we're not involved. We're not going to see it. The game has been weirdly kind to me in terms of grid spots. It doesn't normally do this. It's making up for all the time I started at the back every week in whichever Forza Motorsport game it was. Is it 6? Is it 6? It liked to put the host on at the back of the grid no matter what. I think it was 6. So yeah, apparently today is a little bit of rectify that. This clonked the wall again. Yeah, the Mini is so good. Like, even front-wheel drive A-Class is a little sketchy. I'm not going to say completely sketchy. I mean, as you can see, this is clearly working. I feel like front-wheel drive A-Class, when you stick the vehicle on slick tyres and something like this, isn't too bad. If you go for anything else, it has so much power it doesn't know what to do. But this is only putting out about 315. I can't do telemetry because I haven't got it set up. I was going to try and have a look and show you in live time, but I think it's about 300 and something horsepower. So it's not ridiculous amounts of power going through the front wheels at all here. We are actually able to be pulling away. Ewan can't find a way past Gliska, and I think we've got a decent mix again of Mustangs and Minis further back. I love this sort of car. This is my sort of car. We will have a sort of lift and a downshift halfway. Don't really need to go on the brakes through that section. It really is just a lift and oh dear. Okay, we're a little wide through there. That was my own stupid fault. Yeah, I love the way this car drives, especially this build as well. It is a wonderfully entertaining vehicle to chuck through the course. The Mustang is also a good driving car. You've seen the straight line speed that Mustang has, even on. I mean, this is a more technical circuit. You've seen the straight line speed the Mustang has when it gets to the straight. If it gets within range, I'm in trouble. Thankfully, we can be fast enough that we're not quite in range, and Ewan just can't get past. Ewan's stuck in third and is not able to do anything back there, and that's what can happen. Because if you're stuck behind and you have all the cornering speed in the world, you can't necessarily use it if the car in front isn't able to carry that same level of speed. And of course, then they can make a gap down straight, and then you get held up when you get into a corner. We've seen it time and time again with races, with battling. It is difficult to overtake, and like Ewan is closing, and we'll close here, and then Gliska's going to pull away by the time we get to the next corner, and then Ewan can't find a way past. Even if Ewan may be a smidge faster over the course of a lap, is Ewan going to have a look there? Nope, can't do it. Well, I think he's looking. Oh, and Ewan's missed a checkpoint anyway. So Ewan was looking and looking, was trying everything, and tried a little bit too hard. I don't know what car Amy is driving in third. Can't see. I believe Impega's in a Mini in fourth. I don't know whether it's a Mini in third or whether it's a Mustang going on back there. Yeah, I mean, we've not really dropped Gliska that much. We've not had a great lap this time around for us. If I go down. Yeah, I think our downshift on the way in perhaps is the way to go through there. Yeah, Gliska's actually started reeling us in a little bit. We've got to have a good final lap. I say we've got to have a good... as long as we don't make a crazy mistake, I don't think the Mustang's going to be close enough to us. But Gliska's found some pace in that. I would say that. I say that, and then we go around turn 1, and then the Mini buggers off. We had a good turn 1 this time around as well. Yeah, Gliska will reel us in this sort of second half of the lap. Ooh, didn't need to do that. Second half of the lap is where we're going to lose out, just because it's, you know, more straight line speed stuff. We will jump on the brakes up here. Come on, Mini. Got a couple more quarters to go. Let's just not do anything dumb. And Peg is up to 3rd, so we're likely to have at least 2 Minis on the podium, which is, I say, which is something. This has done a good job keeping the Mustang with us in this one. Alright, we will downshift to 5th. Oh, miss a checkpoint. I love that final section. It's such a good... when you get it right, that final section is so cool. And in the Mini, it is great fun. We will claim a victory. Minis get 1st and 3rd. Gliska gets a Mustang onto the podium. What was the rest of the order? I don't know. As there's a couple of Minis. There's a Ewan recovering. It was. So Mini, Mustang, Mini, Mustang, Mini, Mustang, Mustang, Mini. It's quite a good spread, really. Do we get fastest up the race? We do, just slightly ahead of us. Stevie got up to 4th with the Mustang. We got fastest lap just a smidge ahead, only a 10th ahead of Impega in all of that one. Yeah, Mustang's not a million miles away. Not a million miles away. It's actually, no, I take it back. Blakey got fastest lap. I didn't see that down there. Blakey was flying, but must have missed a checkpoint. Not the craziest race for me in terms of battling, but good fun nevertheless. We head to our final race at the festival circuit. Still not bad spot on the grid. In fact, quite a lot of Minis towards the front of the... You've really not done a good job of mixing up the grid that well, have you, Forza? I mean, yeah, the long straights, it's going to be, I say, tough for the Minis, but we can carry a lot of corner speed through turn 1. Across the bridge, we'll be able to carry corner speed. We will do our very best, essentially. That's, you know, that's what we can do. It's quite a run to the first corner, so we might be under threat. Brusky's going to have a run with the Mustang. Is Gliska going to get us? Gliska might get to us, but may not be able to get past as we throw it into the first corner, because the Minis will turn well, in theory, although I get a little bit of understeer. I ask a little bit too much of it. Amy's going to lead the way. Now, we're going to have to... the thing we're going to have to be careful of is we may well get stuck in traffic here, because we're going to run onto the bridge with some speed, but I can't put my Mini where I want to because there's a Gliska in the way. We can carry a good amount of momentum on the way out, but Longbow is there having a look as well. Could we make something work up high? No. I've tried, I mean, I've wondered whether you could do it. That's the first time I've really tried. There may be a way to make a higher line there work. I just don't know what it is, and that certainly wasn't the way to make a higher line work. Again, you can see we can close through that corner. Amy leads the way, so Mustang's 1 and 2. Speedbeat's currently the highest placed Mini. Blakey is up in 4th. Right, what have we got again? Mustangs have had an issue behind us, that's fine. They can meet a wall and they can get themselves into trouble. Gliska and Longbow are going to have the trouble of trying to find a way past a Blakey. Me and Impega can carry a lot of speed because we're currently not involved in a fight through that first corner, and we're almost onto the tail of this group ahead. It's the getting out dragged down here is the problem part for the Minis, because you fall behind and then it's really difficult. Oh, I got on the power too soon there. We may lose a place here to Impega. It's not quite close enough. Bugger, I'm annoyed with myself on that one. I'm normally very quick across that bridge section. Oh, Blakey got squeezed, and we got out of shape on our own through there. Blakey got squeezed out wide. We're going to go side by side towards this next corner. We're a little bit stacked up behind in Impega, and now we've got the Mini tanglings. Oh god, and Stevie's come to join us. Chris is going to be with us soon as well. Stevie's going to just run out of places to go, I think, with that, because we're much easier flat through that final corner. I think the Mustang can do it flat. It's just way more comfortable in the Mini than it is in that Mustang. I think Blakey is going to lift a little bit into turn 1. It is an all-Mustang podium at the moment. Annoyingly, I think it's a little bit through a circumstance has happened. There is definitely pace in the minis if we can extract it. It's difficult to a degree here. Blakey's going to have a look. He's going to struggle on the exit, I would have thought, on that line. I take it back. It's a good pass from Blakey. Yeah, we're going for mini-friendly fire currently. Can we have a look up the inside? Oh, we can. Oh, just and we get the place back again. This time we don't have Blakey bounce off the wall. This is really not helping our cause. Rusky leads from Amy. Gliska up in 3rd place now. Speeby's gradually coming under more and more pressure here. Yeah, I feel like around a hot lap, a Mini can be just as fast, but when it's in traffic, it does suffer a little bit more than the Fords do at this venue. And Pega's up to 5th. We will try and close down. Into turn 1 we head. There's a little bit of a squabble going on in front of us. We've got to sort of pick the line. What car do we reckon is going to... I mean, we're going to follow with Pega through. I think that's going to be the sensible way to do it. Oh, do we try? No, we're not going to try and make it 3 wide. That would be madness. We're going to stick to the go wide here. We're going to try and duck underneath Speed Beast on the exit. Actually, nope, not going to be able to. Speed Beast didn't run as wide as I thought. We're going to try and follow Impega through, who made a nice little gap for us. It's going to be, no, we're going to all crisscross each other. We're still all crisscrossing. Blakey's going to come and join the fight. The Minis have completely self-sabotaged themselves. It's an absolutely amazing little battle. It's not quite what was supposed to happen, but it's a wonderfully fun race, so I don't really care. Impega's I'm better than both the cars out of the final corner there, so we're on the outside of a 3 wide towards the final turn. Impega might finally get that pass completed. I do not want to yield, but we probably should have done. And Blakey's about to come join in the fun. Chris is there watching the massive scrap of minis. Speeby sends it to the inside, but will not stop in time, and will leave the door open for me and probably for Blakey as well. Thankfully, Chris wasn't close enough to profit from the mini self-sabotage. I think also the minis maybe, because of the silly wing, they obviously punch a big hole in the air. They don't have slipstream up behind each other. Oh, God, we've got a lot of understeer through there. So you get like the big slipstream, like, I mean, which is like the real Mini Cup cars. No, Chris has joined! No, this is not what was supposed to happen. We were supposed to stop the Mustang from turning up, and it's all got a little bit squiffy. Oh, no, wait, the Minis have all mugged Chris, so that's fine. Keep the Mustang behind. We might be the highest placed Mini in this one if we don't beans it up through these final couple of corners. Oh, and then it is just going to be the battle to the line. Yeah, Chris is ensnared with Speed Beast, and Impega's got up to 6th. Chris, no, I don't think that Mustang will be quite quick enough through the final corner. Oh dear. Yeah, the mini self-sabotage was impressively chaotic in that one. An amazingly fun race. An amazingly fun race. I thoroughly enjoyed that battle over 5th place in the end. Who did get the victory? I wasn't paying any attention to that. Gliska took victory from Rusky. We never really got a clean lap to see how fast we could have gone. Me and Impega were always fighting it some way or another. So, yeah, difficult to tell, but that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I mean, Mustang versus Minis is a fun old rivalry. On paper, it sounds a bit silly, but it is... It's a spectacular rivalry to watch in real life, and it was really, really good fun to do in Horizon 5. I love the new Mini. It's great fun to drive. The body kit is silly. So, yeah, what is not to like about that, about the vehicles? Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.